Let's talk about one of those issues, immigration.
Yeah.
That's a big issue,
Yeah.
an issue where you just a few minutes ago differentiated yourself from Marco Rubio. It's an issue where you and Donald Trump differentiate yourselves from the pack in many ways. You both say you want to deport the 11 to 12 million undocumented immigrants in this country. Now, Trump has said that he will have a deportation force that will go door to door and round people up and get rid of them. You haven't really been clear, as far as I can tell, as to how you're going to get all these people out of the country. How will you get them out?
Well, actually, Jake, I've been very, very clear. There's an 11-page, very detailed immigration plan on my website. It's tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org. Anyone can go look it up, read chapter and verse. That immigration plan was drafted hand in hand with Steve King and Jeff Sessions, two of the strongest advocates and fighters for securing the border we have in the entire country. And it lays out details in terms of how we secure the border.
Well, I'm not talking about the border, though. I'm talking about the people that are already in this country.
Well, no, but it details an entire enforcement strategy. It's not just interior enforcement is a critical part of how you stop illegal immigration. So it's a comprehensive approach to stopping illegal immigration. It begins by building a wall that works. And, you know, as I joked in the last debate, maybe we'll make Donald Trump pay for it. After that, we triple the Border Patrol. We increase fourfold the fixed wing and rotary wing aircraft.
How do you get the people who are already in here out?
You put in place a strong E-Verify system. That means people cannot get employment without proving they're here illegally. You put in place a strong biometric exit-entry system for visas so that we know the instant someone overstays their visa. 40% of illegal immigration is visa overstays. And by the way, you can't, deportations are ineffective until you secure the border. Why? Because right now when we deport someone, often they come back in 2-3 days. It's like if a boat is sinking, you got to patch the hole first. If you just start bailing and you never fix the hole, it doesn't work.
I get that, but I still don't understand how the people who are living in the shadows, who are already under the radar, at least 11 million of them, will you have a force that goes door to door, rounds them up, and deports them?
We have an enforcement force. It's called Border Patrol, and it's called Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
They're at the border.
Charged. No, ICE is not. ICE is not. Border Patrol is at the border. ICE is at the interior. They're both law enforcement. And listen, this shouldn't be an issue of debate. You know, I'm reminded of some years ago, Sonny Bono was asked, what's your view on illegal immigration? And he said, well, it's illegal, isn't it? The question of what to do with people here illegally, the Constitution answers this. The president says that the president must, quote, take care that the laws be faithfully executed. That is a responsibility. When the president takes his oath of office, that's a promise he's making to the American people. What Barack Obama says is he doesn't care what federal law says. He will not enforce it. If I'm elected president, I will follow the Constitution and I will enforce the law. Federal immigration law says if we apprehend an individual who is here illegally, they are to be deported.
If we apprehend them.
I will enforce the law.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it seems like a fairly simple answer, yes or no. Will you have people going door to door, rounding people up?
Door to door, we don't have any system that knocks on the doors of every person in America. That is not actually how the American law enforcement system works. We also don't have people going door to door looking for murderers. We don't live in a police state. We do have law enforcement. How do we catch people? We catch them through things like E-Verify. We catch them through things like the criminal law enforcement system, where in 2013, do you know how many criminal illegal aliens the Obama administration released? It was over 104,000. 196 with homicide convictions, murderers. Roughly 400 with sexual assault convictions, rapists. Those numbers should be zero. Over 16,000 driving convictions.
Right.
So we enforce the laws, but this notion, and listen, you know the media game you're playing. You want to conjure up.
No, I'm really just, Donald Trump has been very specific. Trump has been specific. There are 11 to 12 million, at least, undocumented immigrants, and he says he's going to have a force go and grab them and deport them. And
we have law enforcement authorities that enforce our laws. Your question, you keep saying, are they going to knock on every door in America? No, I don't intend to send jackboots to knock on your door and every door in America. That's not how we enforce the law for any crime.